episode of our podcast, Becoming Her. This is your girl, Julia Brunetti.
And your girl, Nina Simone.
And today we have a very special guest. We have with us Mike.
Period.
Hello,
Come on,
hello.
Mike. Mike the who?
Mike the Wazowski.
Ooh.
With two eyes.
With
I
two
got
eyes.
I got two.
Okay.
Today's episode is going to be around emotional intelligence and how that is a game changer to men, and how that can help them becoming the best version of the self, becoming him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very exciting to just be going around this topic. It's really important, especially in nowadays society. I think it's very important to be able to not only understand our own emotions, but also making sure that we're able to understand people's emotions around us. So.
Agreed.
But before we get into the episode, we're going to go to the icebreaker.
You explain it.
I explain it. So today's icebreaker is going to be, since we're all dancers, it's going to be around dance moves. So we're going to start with a little dance move, and then, well, I guess Mike can start since he's our guest.
Yeah.
So Mike is going to start with a dance move, and
you can just do it sitting down.
Sit
yes,
down.
we can do
Feet
it
or up here, it don't matter.
Okay.
And then Nina is going to do Mike's move and add a move, and then I'm going to do their move and add a move myself, and then you're just going to keep going from there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until somebody forgets, which
Probably going to be me. But
I'll probably forget too, honestly. Okay, you start, Mike.
I'm sorry.
Do it needs to be a 4 count.
A 4 count?
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh Lord. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey.
I already forgot. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? And
And then what I just do?
I forgot. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Add a move. A
Mm.
4 count.
It's harder sitting down.
Low key, because you gotta explore with your feet a little bit, your lower body.
Right. So
Get them feet working.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, snap! Hold on.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, hold up. That crossed my eyes a little bit.
Cross.
Okay.
Open. Flat. And front.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. So we started off, we went
Hey, double time. And across.
cheat, true.
Hey.
Cheat.
Period.
Poop.
Okay. Hold on. We said zoom. 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a hey and a double time and a zoom hit and a do. Hey, okay. Then I gotta add one. Boom.
All right.
Okay. So it's ha. No, is it?
Yep.
Ha.
And a zoom and a boom. Hey, crack it down and a boom, crack, boom, and a I forgot what I did.
Look at you.
I done forgot.
And then ha. I don't know.
It's alright.
I lost.
It's alright.
That's
Yo.
an icebreaker.
Try that with your friends,
Right.
okay? Because that's actually kind of tough.
Now standing up
To
is
have to
easier,
remember
though. I just think
everybody.
it's easier standing
Yeah,
up.
standing up is
And
easier.
then I was also, I have a lot of like heels moves, I guess. So,
Look, we don't.
I was trying to, yeah.
You know we get. You know what we do. He gonna be like, I'm not doing that. Okay.
Like a little body roll.
Yeah.
So, I put my own little masculine.
Yeah,
side
the
on.
masculine side. Okay. I feel that. That's fun.
Yeah, those
That was fun. I like that.
All right, so let's go right and let's dive right into our episode. So again, today we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence. So what does emotional intelligence mean to you?
Emotional intelligence means to me just basically what it is, being able to know your emotions, being able to handle your emotions, and because like there's a lot of people that can't handle their emotions. A lot of people have past trauma and stuff like that, so when they get emotional they lash out instead of being able to handle it correctly.
Oh, period. Hold on, but we need to double back real quick. You need to tell us about yourself.
Yes,
That's what we
yes.
forgot.
Oh, about me?
Yeah.
Yes, tell us who you are.
But you ate that.
Yeah, you
ate that.
Right into
Yeah,
it.
he ate that. But first, we need you to tell us about yourself, like whatever you want the people to know, and then we'll go.
Who is Mike?
What a lot of people in Dallas don't know is that I'm not one of y'all. I'm not from here. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been a resident here ever since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. So, graduated in Mansfield. So everybody was like, "Yeah, you ever been to Stop 6? Don't know what that is."
What is that? No, for real.
Don't know what that is.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay.
Another thing a lot of people don't know. That's like,
Yeah,
oh my God,
Yeah, no,
you
you
look so
don't.
young.
You do.
You're sure you're
You look
younger.
definitely 28.
Yeah, I'd
somewhere
give
in
you
there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I sleep great. Not good, but great.
I heard
Smile
that.
everywhere. Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And you also are a dancer.
Yes,
How
yes,
long
I
have you
am
been
also
dancing?
a dancer. I've been dancing as long as I could walk. So I
Ooh.
would say I've been dancing since I was like 1.5, 2.
Okay.
I used to be a drum major for a high school band when I was in the 3rd grade. Big flex.
What?
Big flex.
Wait, a drum major for a high school band
Hold
in
on,
3rd grade.
In
Italian
3rd grade.
here. What does that mean?
Okay, so look.
So basically, a drum major would be the director of the band, but the drum major is more so a part of the band. He has his whole suit, and you know he
carries the. What is that? I'm sick of you. Baton? Is it
no, because the batons are the
short ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call.
Jesus Christ, it's been so long, but I'm basically on the football field or in any arena where all the bands are, you know, performing. He is basically that dancer, that front where it's like, yeah, my band is giving you that music, but yeah, watch me give you these dance moves real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm gonna show you a video.
Yeah, it's a real big thing,
and it's a good experience. Like, I need to take you to an HBCU game. Like, she gonna have to go, cause then she'll understand. Like,
yeah, when you see that boy go up and drop it to that split, yeah, you like, I didn't know
No,
he
for
could do
real,
that.
yeah.
You probably didn't know either. He was like, you know what, let me just try something, and there it goes.
that is funny, but yeah. So, okay, I did not know. I thought you were from Dallas. That's crazy. Something
I'm
new.
not from Dallas. Everybody was like, you know, I don't hear your accent, baby.
So you just switch it on and off.
I can.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, and y'all, I think, how long have we known each other?
We've known each other because I thought she only wore heels. I didn't know she had any type of sneakers. She did a video with sneakers. I was like, you have sneakers?
I can't.
But I known you probably like a year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah, it hadn't been too long.
Yeah, it hasn't been too long.
But yeah, we connected, of course, through dance. So yeah, you guys, we all connected through dance. I mean, how y'all just met? Like,
Yeah, this is the first time that we're actually
Like,
like face to face.
yeah.
But I mean, we've been to a few dance classes, mostly nice.
Okay, if you in Dallas, y'all, hit us up. Come dance with us. We'd love to connect with you guys. Okay. But okay, so you already shared what emotional intelligence meant to you. Again,
Yes.
you ate that. Okay. So let's get deeper into this. When did you realize that, okay, I lack emotional intelligence? Like,
I realized I lacked emotional intelligence. It was around when I had my son. I realized that I really lacked emotional intelligence because his mother would I ain't gonna say do like the typical baby mama stuff, but it was just like okay, why? And then I would get more upset, and then I wouldn't understand it. So I would lash out. In which that made my situation, or excuse me, my relationship with her go south even more. So that's when I definitely knew that I lacked emotional intelligence, because one, I have a son. So all the kid game stuff, all that's out the window.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to put your man britches on.
Yeah.
And
go ahead and tap in.
And definitely tap in.
Yeah.
Because it is with me being a male, with me being a black male, there's always that stereotype that's put on us, and I don't like it. I don't like the stereotypes. I don't like being a hypocrite and stuff like that. So I really think that having that emotional intelligence would break me out of that stereotype.
Do you think that having a child was just kind of like the what's the word, like what triggered your growth? Like, do you think that if you would have not had a child, you would be where you are right now?
Great question. I would definitely say that was because before I had him, I really didn't have a care in the world. I did not. It was just like, hey, I'm living. I can do exactly whatever. And it really didn't occur to me that, you know, I have these young pairs of eyes watching me. So I do have to watch my every single move.
So it's almost as if like you did it more for him, but I guess the question here would be like, why did it take like a little person for you to get there? Like, why do you think you were struggling, or you know, it might have not came natural to do it on your own? You know, when you were maybe younger, was there different things distracting you, or just maybe then where you think you weren't ready?
I really just didn't care.
Yeah.
How
old were you when you got your son?
I'm 35 now. He's 6, so about 29. So yeah, not long.
Okay.
Not long.
Well, he's like, all right.
No, because like, you know, being in college really didn't have no care. Well, I did have a care in the world, but it wasn't the right care. But yeah, being in college, not really having any like shared responsibilities and stuff like that. And then that's when I first got into dancing professionally. I was dancing ever since I was young, but it was like dancing at talent shows, you know, dancing for my mom and all her little friends, you know, stuff like that. So that's basically how everything was going. And like I said, didn't have any care in the world, so I didn't have anything to help guide me in that path of finding emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Do you wish? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you wish you had that already by the time you became a father, or are you happy of how it played out? Or you gaining?
I'm definitely happy on how it actually played out. And it's like, you know, a lot of people say it's like, oh, I never wish, you know, that she was his mother or stuff like that. But if she wasn't his mother, then I wouldn't have gotten.
That is emotional.
That is true.
So that's why I really say no. I don't really. Hey, they say everything happens for a reason.
For a reason.
So.
And everything happens at the right time.
At the right time.
For some, 29 may be late to start developing that emotional intelligence, but you know, again, it just happened whenever it was supposed to happen. And now you're the man you are today because of it. So.
And literally we say late is better than never.
Okay, better than never. That is the biggest thing.
Oh, because if I didn't, it would probably be never.
I'm seeing you. But can you share a moment, right, where emotional intelligence played like a very critical role? So maybe there was a conflict you had and it helped you through that, or, you know.
Definitely being the conflict of how can I put it? Well, because I have 2 kids. I have a son, he's 6. I have a daughter, she's 3.
Okay.
And knowing that my emotional intelligence, I was able to guide myself in the correct path because, hey baby, I love you. Yeah, but my daughter's mind, we locked in. We locked in. You know, and it's just that, you know, things didn't work out how we wanted to. But that relationship that we have, because I had developed and I became aware of my emotional intelligence, it makes everything so much smoother. It makes everything so much smoother. And I always put it back in my head. I was like, dang, if I would have knew now, would I knew then? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
right.
But that has definitely been a great thing to have this second time around.
And any challenges you faced with emotional intelligence, and how did you overcome them?
One that I actually had to overcome is basically I was working with this one guy, and he was like, yeah, you know, I've been doing this for 15 years, all this and all that. I'm like, okay, cool. I was about to say, you know, you got you know, your bearings and whatnot. So doing the show with him, we were in South Dakota. Was in South Dakota, did the show, whatever, and he was like, hey, you know, at this you know point of the show, we're going to throw out some merch. I was like, okay, cool. So he gave me a couple t-shirts, a couple of water bottles and whatnot. So you know, I got him. And then, you know, he's up there, you know, talking on stage. As he's talking on stage, he starts to introduce the idea of us giving out merch. So I'm like, okay, this must be my cue. Granted, he didn't give me a cue. So anyway, I threw a t-shirt and he stopped everything. He turns to me and he's like, what are you doing?
In the middle of the show?
In the middle. in the absolute middle, and it looks like we just stopped and we just having a conversation right there. There's people screaming, and it's like everybody's just looking at us. It was like now you're taking your spotlight because I'm just dancing for you. Now you're taking your whole spotlight, and he was like, I wonder what they're talking about. Yeah, but with that being said, knowing how some people are, and it's like okay, well, he likes to run a tight show. Yeah, and it's like okay, so you like running a tight show, and then things got out of line, so he's like okay, yeah, he's like yo, what are you doing? And then instead of doing it the old Mike way and pushing him into that crowd, once that part of the show stopped, taking them, over to the side. I was like, hey, bro, like, that was really like unprofessional because you stopped your whole thing. You stopped your whole thing, and it's like, I get that you like to run a tight ship, but you never gave us any type of outline. You just said, hey, during this segment, we're gonna throw merch. That's it.
Mm-hmm. No other details.
No other details. So then like that, cause man, that was a challenge. I was fuming.
Oh, I already know. Yeah, that's embarrassing. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Like you just called me out in front of everybody.
Exactly. Like I feel like you should have done that like on the side. Like you threw it. It is what it is. But then after the show, be like, hey, like
next time.
Wait, there's more. Shout out my boy Legion because he was actually on stage with me when we actually did it. The same thing happened, but this time Legion did it. And what happened? He did it again. He took everything off of him, and then it was just him and Legion. So we're like that's my brother. We like this, right? And it's like both of us are fuming, but then it's just like, hey, that wasn't cool, and like he apologized. It wasn't like no big big huge blow up. Yeah. And I believe it wasn't a big huge blow up because we didn't take it there. It was like you know what? We've only been dancing with this dude for like maybe 2-3 shows. Okay, yeah. But during those shows, he didn't introduce us to the idea of throwing merch. Okay. So it's like, well, and he does a lot of things. He does his own lights. He does his own music, as well as him being his artist and him bringing He brought all his equipment from Dallas to South Dakota. That was a 13-hour drive. And he drove it. He drove it all by himself. Oh yeah. And he has his hands in everything. He has his hands on everything. So I know that you do have a lot going on, and then yes, I know that you like doing like this, doing like that, and I know that when you have so much stuff going on, you can overlook the small things, which was communication. Yeah.
So, I think that's really the key factor, though. I think when it comes to emotional intelligence, it's really just switching your mindset from, oh, I'm right because you didn't tell me, or no, you're wrong. Like it's not I'm right, you're wrong. It's really like, okay, I understand why I acted that way, but then I'm also understanding why you acted that way. So that's how you come to that common agreement, common understanding.
I agree. Yeah, good example.
Yeah, great example. But that is actually one of the key of emotional intelligence. Actually, by definition, there's 5 components, which are social skills. So just being able to
rationalize.
No, relation. Come on. Tell me. You know what I'm trying to say?
She's so funny. She always does.
Relationate. What? Relationate.
Rationalize?
No.
I know rationalize.
Like self-regulation?
No, like. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna say different words. I'm struggling with words right now. Well, to just have a relationship with other people, pretty much.
Okay.
Decision making, so being able to make smart decisions and have a positive. And not that could potentially just outblow one another. Empathy, so understand other people's perspective. Self-regulation, so make sure to control your emotions and not just burst out on people. Right. And then self-awareness, so also own your thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Sure. Do you feel like there's one of these 5 is maybe more important than the others, and which one do you see yourself doing best?
I definitely believe they all play an equal part. The one that I say that I would do the most is empathy, because I really because I actually got this word the other day. someone was on. I don't think it was a podcast. I think it was just like a regular video for their social media, and she had the same thought that I did. It was like, I never tried to make it about me, because there's always someone out there that has it 10 times worse than you. But someone told her, just because someone has it worse than you does not make your feelings invalid. Yes. You can still feel how you want to feel, because why? Like everyone just said, everyone is going through it. Even though that you might not have it, as worse as somebody, but you're still going through it. Yeah. So I definitely do empathy very, very, very well, because like I said, it's just like, there's always somebody. I don't push past anything, because like there some people actually thought that I was rude because sometimes like I don't speak when I enter a room, but sometimes like you'll have just the regular. It's like good morning. What's so good about it? Whoa.
Dang.
Sir. And it God. And it has happened.
Yeah,
it has happened.
Sure.
And it's like good morning. It's like, what's so good about it? And it's like I rather read the room, feel the temperature, feel the aura, than just to come out and just be like, and it's like it may not be good morning. It'll just be like morning. It is morning. It's like what's so morning about it? Now. Yeah. The sun is out. That's
it's
so
6 in the morning or something.
6 in the morning. So I can definitely work on that as far, because like I said, a lot of people thought that was really rude, but it's just that a lot of, I'm not gonna say like a lot of times I've, and it's just like, oh, good morning, and then someone was very rude back, but it's just that you never know what the next person is going through.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And my baby gets the best hugs. Oh, she get the best hugs. I was like, get daddy a hug. She'll give me a hug and I melt, and it's like, I needed that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, so yeah.
Not one day.
Hey. Look, I tell this to everybody. Hey, wait, take your time.
Yeah.
And then when you think you're ready, wait some more.
Not wait some more.
Do you feel like you've always been empathetic, or do you think that that's just something that kind of you developed later on in life?
That was definitely something that I developed later, because I am a spoiled brat. I am a spoiled brat. I am on my mom's side. I'm the oldest of 4. On my daddy's side, I'm his only child. So I used to stay with my dad when I was younger. So with it just being me, all my focus is on me, from him, and from my grandma. You already know how grandmas do.
Okay.
I was a spoiled brat. Yeah. But I miss my siblings and stuff like that. So I would basically ping pong back and forth. Okay. I would basically ping pong back and forth, and I was so spoiled because they would let me do it. I'd be like, man, I want to go live back with my grandma in the middle of the school year. In the middle of the school year, and they would let me bounce back. It was crazy. I am a spoiled brat. My daughter is a spoiled brat. My son is a spoiled brat. We are spurl. We are spurl.
I cannot. Okay, well, with that being said, so we're going to get into basically the impact of emotional intelligence. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that it's most important for men?
The reason why...
also, I'm sorry.
No,
why do you think that? Because I do think that there's a lot of, men kind of get to it later than women. Mm-hmm. With all the, respectfully, not in a disrespectful way.
Okay.
What I really think for men, and I'll speak on it again, is because of not just a race thing, but just because what society says. It's like, oh, be a man, don't cry, bro, cry. Hey, if you don't want to see nobody cry, I mean, if you don't want no one to see you cry, do it in the shower. Yeah. You won't be able to tell if that's water or your tears. cry, let it out. Like embrace your emotions because when you hear about mass shootings, when you hear about people doing this for this reason and all this like insidious and devious things, is because of so much built up stuff that you have inside you that you just burst. That a crash out is for real. Now I'm not gonna say that crash outs are justified, because they're not. Because they are just, like I said, just a complete crash out because you're holding everything inside. But it's just like, don't crash out, don't crash out.
How long have you been like the embracer of crying or of like vulnerability?
Man,
did that come later? Was it already? Because you say you were spoiled, so I'm wondering if that was like a thing when you were younger.
No, and more so me being spoiled younger. It was because I always got my way. I always got my way, and then when it came to me not getting my way, I would not throw a tantrum, because I still may be spoiled, but I was kept in line.
Yeah, right.
But I wouldn't throw a tantrum, but I'd definitely be like, ugh. Okay, but it was sit. And I wouldn't voice. I wouldn't voice why I was upset. I wouldn't voice why I was like, hey, I think this is wrong. It was just like, okay. But it would like I said, it would just sit. And then like I had one moment after one moment after one moment. And I remember one time, it was just one time. Like I said, I was spoiled, but I was kept in line. It was when the N64 had just came out. N64 just came out.
What is that?
Game console. Yeah.
Okay.
Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The very first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Old.
That was
it's not.
No, because like
you
you had Nintendo,
Well,
Super
that was
Nintendo,
like
Genesis.
years ago.
Yeah.
It was that
Because
much
I remember
ago.
I was like a little.
He said that much ago.
It was that much ago. Yeah, but it was the Nintendo 64 first came out, and my sister she got like a little blow up bounce house.
Okay.
Me and my brother, we got the Nintendo 64, and we were playing kids, and somehow I think somebody had fell on it. And it punched a hole, deflated, and it's broken.
Oh,
it's
dang.
broken. So my sister at the time, she was my mom's only girl. So my mom was on it. She was like, y'all wanna break your sister's stuff? Fine, I'm gonna bring the N64 back. Me being spoiled, I was like, me being spoiled and me being upset, that's when it crashed out. And I was like, man, I don't care about the N64. My grandma give me an N64, da 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 da. So I'm going in on my mom at this
To your mom.
To her. Mom, I'm so sorry. I love you. P.O.P. Hold it down.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going da 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 da. And my mom told me to get out of my room before I knocked across the room. My mama never hit me.
For real.
My mama never hit me. She spanked me, but my mama never hit me.
Like hit you, yeah.
Mama, no, never that. And I don't know what said, Mike, turn around and tell her to do it. But I did. I turned around and I said, come do it. My mama wrestled me to that ground, and like I was so upset because one, I'm pinned down to the ground. I'm trying to fight back. All I'm doing is moving my head. Let me go. Yeah, but my mom, she was emotionally intelligent, and she knew that I was upset, and she knew that I was just lashing out. That's why it wasn't no big whooping after that. It was like, okay, you're very upset. I feel your body heat. I feel that you're fuming. But we gonna sit in this position until you calm down.
Yeah.
And when I calmed down, she was like, "Now go to your room. I don't want to see you for the rest of the night." I went in my room. I went to sleep.
Aww.
I woke up. I woke up the next day. No, she did not beat me up out my sleep. But I woke up the next day. I went and I apologized, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I just don't think that was fair." And it was an accident. You're purposely taking
away my stuff.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I just didn't think that was fair. And she was like, I get that. I was never gonna take it, but she saw that trick me right there. Yeah. So.
Oh, young Mike, how old were you?
Man, I was a good maybe like
as like putting that scenario, into like grown people, with emotional intelligence, you normally would have not let your emotion get a hold of you like that. Listen, like you would have just explained that up front. Listen, that's not fair. Like I understand that you're mad, but I didn't do it on purpose. This is not something that I just.
It was like everybody was playing. Everybody was playing, and she's like, well, since don't nobody know, then I'm gonna take the N64 and I'm gonna bring it back.
Ooh,
I was man, heated. Well, I was like, we just got this thing.
Right, Julia. Do you have any like adulthood experiences of where you kind of lacked emotional intelligence? Maybe where you lashed out, or where you weren't as understanding as you like are now?
So I do have to say, in that specific scenario, no, because my mom, when I was little, I used to have a temper. I used to think like 5, 6, 7 years old, like I was always right. Like especially when I would argue with my brother, I was the one that I was right all the time. But my mom, at a very young age, tried to take that away from me. She would always tell me, you're not right. Like you may think that you're right, but the other person, you have to understand how the other person felt in that situation. You have to understand how they interpreted your actions or your words, even if that's not how you meant it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you think that you're right, they might have understood it. It might have been perceived in a different way. And so, because that's something that ever since I was very, very, very little, like she put onto me, I think that just it developed even more with me growing up, to the point that it actually kind of hurt me, because then I would start questioning myself. And I'd be like, oh, like maybe this person is right, and I would just give them maybe like too much benefit of the doubt to people, even if they would do me wrong, I guess, in that sense.
But so you're saying even in adulthood, you've never really had like a moment where you may have lashed out on somebody? No? That you can remember? I'm trying to think.
I know I have. Like I said, if I didn't lash out, then me and my son's mother, we probably have like a better relationship than what we do now. But yeah, I definitely lashed out. I said, man, this is my first kid and it's a boy.
I think maybe like with my ex-husband, like I definitely do take accountability that with my ex-husband, there were situations where, yes, I was right, because, like maybe I would come home after working 2 jobs and he would just play video games from morning to evening, dishes still dirty, trash still in the house. So I did have a point into feeling that type of way, into feeling frustrated, but I would just come home and, just like start nagging and yelling and be like, what the fuck, like, you still playing video games? And then like talk shit, And like that's like a part that I wanted to work on, because I was like, like I was right, but that could have, said in a different way, and I probably would have had a different outcome, if I would have not just yelled at him as soon as I walked in through the door. And
that's true. Like, hey, maybe a little greeting first, and then like,
hey, you still playing video games? Oh, okay.
Look, say it real nice.
You're still sitting on the couch?
Right.
Oh, wow.
No, but like, what'd you do today? Oh, okay. Like,
kind of started off.
Like, just trying to be more nice. But.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know that, we talked about this, not even just this morning, kind of like how we like to talk on the phone or whatever when a guy's pursuing or whatever, right? And that used to be a thing for me, and I used to like kind of make it a big deal, right? And I used to be like, well, how am I, like you said, how am I going to get to know you if you're not even trying to talk to me? You ain't even trying to really get to know me, right? And so I used to kind of make that a thing or whatever, and I do think that I was not as understanding or as emotionally intelligent as I could have been in those moments, because it's like, now, like we talked about this morning, I feel like I'm more understanding of it now, because I'm like, okay, people are busy. They have other things they need to do, other priorities.
Had a long day and you're
tired. I'm tired. I don't feel like talking.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Feel that way.
Like, and so as a man that is pursuing me, I can see how that can like run him off. You know what I'm saying? Or like annoy him to a point where he's like, oh, now I don't even want to talk to you.
Or even, I had a long day and then now like I love talking
now
to you.
Now you're nagging me.
You get on the phone and now you're just telling me about 30 different reasons of why you would want a dog.
No, for real. Come on. Like and then we're not even talking about nothing, Like we get on the phone and we're not even talking about nothing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like being on the phone, but there's no substance to the conversation.
So I understand now. I can see like what men were saying, and to me at those times, and I think that comes with, again, just enhancing your emotional intelligence and like realizing that no, they're not making excuses. Sometimes people just don't want to talk, and that's okay, because sometimes you don't want to talk.
So I guess since we have a guy, so what would, because women definitely do tend to just want to engage more into the conversation at times, but that seems to like scare, I guess, men away. I don't know if it's scary. What's the male perspective?
I can't really speak for all men, but I can definitely speak for a good few handfuls. It's not much so. It's like, oh man, all you want to do is talk. It's never really that because yes. We play like we don't listen, but we'll pop up, out of that blue moon, and we'll have something that you talked about like months back. Yeah. And then we bring it out, then it's like, who was this? You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's more to it because like I said, the way society is, it's like, oh, society says this, society says this, and like, yes, there are men that do open up, and then when they open up, it gets used on them in an argument, or it scares the woman away. So it's basically the men they're trying to come up with a with a neutral vibe.
Nonchalant.
Yeah. Not much so nonchalant, but it's like, I don't like this is what I really want to be weird with you. I really do. But then I don't want to run you off because I really have feelings for you. And it's just like, it's like, okay, so she wants to do this, and it's like, okay, she wants to do that. All right, is that it? Is that all? And we're trying to basically take it all in, so we know how to push everything out. Then it's like, okay, well this is all you. Okay, I'm taking it all in. I'm processing it. Okay, boom. So this is how I know you would not necessarily want to mess with me on that level, but this is how I can interact with you if that kind of don't make sense to me, so it definitely don't make sense to me.
No. I can't. I feel like I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's not the actual talking, but we're basically trying to take it all in. Yeah. Because like we don't want to put our past on you, just like we don't want y'all to put y'all past on us. It's like, yeah, well, this dude said that before. I'm not that dude. Yeah. I'm not that. Yeah. His name was L'Aquarius. My name is Michael. We are not the same. We are not the same.
No, yeah, I feel
you. Go to Marcus.
Okay.
No. But yeah, so we definitely don't want to put all of our past trauma and baggage on y'all. So we're trying to figure that out while you're actually talking and stuff like that, and then when now I ain't gonna lie, the older I get, the more annoyed I get for like meaningless conversation.
Hello.
Man, hey, grandma, I love you. But hey, stay off that phone. Stay off the phone. Hey, text me.
Hold on.
Not the granny.
I'm gonna add something to it.
No.
Just because, see, my grandma would be the type that would call me 5 times a day.
Ooh.
And she would call me, Julia, what you doing? Where you at? Where's your mom? Where's your brother? Did you go to school? And then she would hang up, and 2 hours after she would call and ask the same.
Same.
Where's your mom? Where's your brother? I'm like, Mom, I don't know. I'm not Jesus. Like, I don't know where they at. Like, I called him and asked him. And I would get so annoyed by all the phone calls. Like, I would look at my phone and be like, oh, come on, this grandma again. Like, I don't got time to talk. But when she passed, man, how I missed those phone calls.
Those annoying phone calls.
And I have one voicemail, one that I kept, just one of
really?
Oh, yes.
Of her talking to me.
Oh, yes.
And like, I listen to it every here and there, and I'm like, I genuinely am thankful that I kept that one voicemail, because that is the only thing that I have where I can still hear her voice.
And that you answered, like, even though you were annoyed, you still answered. Even though that's just like my mama calling a couple times a day if I'm away from her. I'd be like, Mom, but we just talked.
And then she had time, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do
not 2 hours.
When I was at the doctor, she would call me and I'm like, Grandma, I'm busy.
I'm busy.
But for 3 hours, I was free. You know?
Yeah.
But.
And I definitely will double back down to that empathy part, because she is.
Okay.
after my great grand passed, she was her caretaker. Yeah. So it was just her and my great grand. Now that my great grand is gone, it's just her. It's just her, and she back on the West Bank. I love you. But she back on the West Bank, and now that I have kids, and she wants to be in their lives so much. This year, cause like previous years before, I would go home maybe like once a year, twice a year, if that. This past year, I went home 4 times.
Oh dang!
And I'm going to keep going back more and more and more. I'll probably do it maybe like a weekend, like every 3 months. Go for a weekend. 3 months, go for a weekend. Holidays come up, go for one holiday, skip the other holiday, but still keep that go for a weekend. Because I, like I said, it's that empathy. I know that you're getting older. I know that, man, because I was like, Jesus, I have a son that's 6 and a girl and a daughter that is 3. I just had you 3 years ago. What are you doing? I just had you 6 years ago. What are you doing? Yeah. And it's just so crazy because they're growing so fast. And in front of my eyes. Imagine my grandma who gave birth to my dad, who shot me out, and my mother gave birth to me. Yeah. And she watched me grow, but she's not watching her grandkids grow.
I feel that. Okay.
Excuse me, her great grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's that great grand. Jesus.
He's like, I'm flying.
Yeah. But yeah, so I definitely get it. I definitely get it. But like I said, it's just like sometimes it's like those meaningless conversations. It's like, okay. Yeah, we've had enough. I was about to say, Kim. No, because everyone always says, "Oh my God, I'm tired of the talking stage. I'm tired of telling all these people that my favorite color is blue." And it's like okay, if you're tired of it, and if you want to really dive in, and if you really want to get to it, then I'm like, okay. Who did you vote for and why?
Well, I also think that with certain people, like with the right person, like the conversation come naturally. Like you don't have to necessarily be like, oh, what's your favorite color? Or what do you like to do? You don't have to like force things to talk about.
Right.
But like it just genuinely naturally flows. It starts from something and then it's like, oh, really? And then it just like
carries.
It carries from there. So I think that when it doesn't carry, that's kind of like a sign where it's like, okay, that might be maybe a good friend. You guys might have things in common. But if it is the person, because it's like even with a friendship, like when you go out with a friend, you're not there looking for things to talk about. You just sit there. There might be a moment of silence, and then you come up with something that takes the other, something else, and so on. Yeah. So with genuine connections, like the conversation would just naturally flow. I feel like.
Period. I like that, Julie.
Big facts.
But we talk about empathy.
Clock it. Okay.
We talked about empathy and how you just kind of navigate through empathy in your life. Do you have any daily practices that helped you improve, if any, your emotional intelligence, whether that it's empathy or one of the other points of it?
Self-awareness. Yeah, I would definitely do self-awareness because, and my babies are my life, so they're growing, but I'm growing with them.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm growing in being a parent and being a man. So as they're growing, that I'm growing. So it's definitely self-awareness. But any type of practices, it would definitely be rationalizing, breathing, thinking stuff over. Because it's like yeah, I'm like hey, I look good in an orange jumpsuit. I ain't gonna lie to you. So leave my babies alone. But if that happens, then if it happens again, I'm behind bars. Yeah. I don't have no one there protecting them. Yep. So having to find different avenues. So but don't get it twisted because I know how to hide a body. But
I cannot.
But John, just trying to find different avenues, and whatnot. Just so my son doesn't have to grow up without his dad. My daughter doesn't have to grow up without a father. Right. Stuff like that. So it would definitely be those practices of self-awareness.
I like self-awareness too because I think you can literally take inventory of yourself and just like your emotions. So I think we talked about that. No, I may have talked about it with my mom on one episode, but I was basically telling her that a thing that I like to do is if I get like annoyed or frustrated, I like put it in my notes and I'm like, okay, why did that make me annoyed? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So literally just kind of taking inventory of my own emotions, so that way I can understand what I'm feeling, but then I also am like, I'm good to go back, especially in relationships like with a man or something, I'll go back and be like, you know, so why did this make you feel this way? You know what I'm saying? So that way I'm not only being self-aware, but I'm also being more aware of, you know, like emotional intelligence is being more aware of somebody else's emotions too.
But I think for me, it's kind of the same thing, except that I normally just kind of like journal with it,
Okay.
which is kind of like the same thing that's happening in the notes at the end of the day. But it just kind of allows me, because I can be very emotional, and so it just kind of allows me to pause, not act out of emotion, but reflect on the emotion. So I just start writing, and I'm like, okay, like, this just happened, this is how I'm feeling. I'm probably feeling this way because it reminds me of this time that it happened, you know, with this person.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I just kind of try to figure out what could have triggered that feeling. And then at the same time, I just reflect on the outcomes, you know, like, this is what I want to do, but if I do this, you know, like, this is probably what's gonna, you know, like, what's gonna be interpreted, you know, or how my reaction can be interpreted. And instead, if I calm down and I just wait a minute. So I just, you know, try to practice mindfulness, just understanding my emotions, but also trying to understand the result of my actions, you know, and therefore think before you act, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Period.
that's my biggest thing. Do you have any advice or suggestions or tips for other men on how to get themselves to start develop emotional intelligence?
Therapy.
Not have a kid.
Oh.
Kid.
Come on, therapy.
Hey, I already told y'all. Hey, wait, and then when you think that you ready, wait some more, because hey, they are different. Kids are definitely a blessing. Kids will change your life on every bar. Yeah. On every bar, from how you feed them, from how you see the world on basically everything. But for me, it would definitely be therapy. It would be therapy or any type of group down that you can actually talk. Hey, we listen and we don't judge. Yeah. Because hey, it's so great because everybody deserves. Not once, everybody deserves a safe place where they can get everything that they think about getting out of their head and just being like, hey, I really hate being this way, because like, yes, everyone has like their insecurities, you know, when it comes to physical insecurities. For sure. But when it actually comes to your mental is a big thing. Mm-hmm. I really didn't think being mentally health aware.
I know what you're saying. Mentally aware, maybe.
But I really didn't think mental health was a thing.
Oh, okay.
I really didn't think mental health was a thing, and that's basically until. And I blame her mama for this so much because she always has me watching any type of like crime shows, whatever. But when we were together, that was our whole thing. It was like you know, we'd have a fat day, we'd go out and get a bunch of junk, a bunch of stuff that's big in our back, and hey, crime TV, here we come
all day.
It's like basically like documentaries on serial killers and all that stuff. It's just basically crime TV.
Oh wow!
Because that's her thing. She loves drama. She loves drama.
Something that's gonna keep her on her toes.
Hey, man, Sisters, the Tyler Perry shows, and like she loves them all. She loves that drama. But the one that I connected with her on was the crime shows. Okay. And it's just basically because seeing these people spiral out of control, and the best thing that you came up with was killing a whole bunch of people that didn't do anything to you. Mm-hmm. And that's that mental health thing. Yeah. So that's what I really say. Hey man, get you do your research. Do your research. Everybody like, man, I ain't about to pay nobody $5,000 just to talk to me for an hour and be like, all right, I'll see you next week. No, it's not always like that. But you do have some groups. hey, so surround yourself with also surround yourself with the people that you know that have emotional intelligence that you want to gain. It's good. I ain't gonna say it's good, but it's okay to put yourself in different areas that you're not used to because you can't stay the same forever.
Yeah.
You have to grow.
Yeah.
That's just nature.
And healthcare, you said therapy is free in Italy.
Yeah.
Look.
I got my passport. We out of here.
Time to go. No, literally.
We're out of here.
I agree. That's crazy though, but okay.
Yeah.
I've never tried therapy and I want to, but again, it's just so expensive.
See, like the way that the cost, unfortunately, it's a very unfortunate thing in America.
Yeah.
But the way that I see therapy, you're not going, I'm going to put it as an analogy. You're not going there with a blank picture, right? Because you don't know what to do with it. And they tell you, oh, you got to make the hair blonde. You got to make the eyes brown. Like, they don't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You're just bringing them the problem. Like, hey, I got this picture. I don't know how to color it. They just show you that there's more colors besides what you have. You might just have blue, green, and red. And you're like, I don't know how to use these colors. Like, hey, you know what? Like,
Try
you have those three, but you also have yellow, you have purple, you have lilac, you have, just other colors. And then you choose what to do with that. So they just show you that there's more to it. But then you can still do the eyes blue if you want to, or you can do them. You can do them purple if you want to. So you choose. They just give you the tools, but you are in charge of using those tools.
Yeah.
And they show you those things that you might have just never really thought about. And they can do that because they're not directly into the situation. So
I love that.
You're not going there for somebody to tell you, oh no, this is what you have to do. No, they're just opening up your mind to, okay, this is what you're doing. Do you think that maybe there could be a different way?
Oh yeah. Different method.
Do you think that they're and they ask you the question so that you can come up to that different method. So, but as you said,
free therapy in US, we need it.
Right.
And to add on to that, yes, they do have free therapy. You definitely do have to do your research. Research, the therapists research where they got their PhD from, research, how many people got there, because don't get me wrong, like if you have a PhD, hey, good for you. If you're a therapist, hey, I commend you because you're definitely taking on the weight because they have people that are going there that are going to a therapist because they've been sober and they think about hey man, I saw this drink the other day and I almost downed it. And then it's like, you've been doing so good. You've been doing good for 5 years, and then one little incident, it's like okay, come on, let's figure how we can, that urge that you got that was so built up. Let's find a way to not necessarily bring it down, but like the next time you see it, it's like, oh, that looks nice, and then you keep going.
You move it on.
And stuff like that. But because a lot of because I hear this all the time. It's like, oh, you must have got your license in a cereal box because a lot of people have their license. A lot of people down there have their license. They don't know how to drive. But when they went and they took the test, they didn't do much and they got their license. So now you got your license, now you got this car that can kill people, and you just out there on the road, and you really don't have the experience to do it. That's why because when they say that you got your driver's license out of a cereal box, it was those prizes back as a kid. It's like every cereal box had a prize, so everybody's cereal box had a license. It's like, oh, you really don't know how to drive, you just got, oh, look at that license, let me go drive now.
That makes sense.
So definitely because these people can have down that PhD and now they just be there. It's like, yeah, bro, I'm here for the check, and it's like okay, all right, you said what? Okay, and you killed him. Okay, all right. Okay, well that's $3,000. I'll see you next week.
You are playing with people's mental health.
No, for sure.
And like I said, do your research, do your due diligence, because someone not everybody's gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna have to get out there and get it on your own.
Yeah.
And then also if you can find like a group session.
A support group.
Yeah, a support group, a group session, stuff like that where you can, like I said, everybody deserves a safe place.
Period.
And I'm just gonna add to that if you can find a support group, create one. Like that you're going, just kind of like this can be considered almost like
I was gonna say,
this
is definitely one.
It's a support group that I guess it's online, but that's kind of like why we started it. We always said we didn't start it for the views. We started it to share certain things that worked with us in the hope that other people could take something out of it. But it's like, if you know, like me and Nina were going through the same things and we got together to create something. So if you know that there's people around you that maybe are going through the same things, just get together and have 1 hour out of the week where it's like, you know what, we're all going through the same things.
Let's talk about it.
Let's just all in talk. Like it's a safe environment. Put rules where there's no, no judgment. We're not we're not telling each other what to do. We're not here to be like, oh, that's how you feel, you should do this. No. It's like, oh, that's how you feel, I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah. You'll get better.
Exactly.
It's like purely just to extern it. So.
Yeah. And really the next section, honestly, we pretty much touched on all of that. What I was going to talk about. So I'm gonna just take yours, Julia.
Go ahead.
So basically, just posing some reflection questions for mainly the audience, but you can hop in. Okay. So what's one small step you can take today to improve your self-awareness? Let us know in the comments. What's one small step I could take today to improve my self-awareness? Do y'all have something? Anything?
I think for me, it's probably just asking people directly rather than assuming in a way.
Most definitely.
Okay, no, that's good.
Because it's like, like, I don't know, like it can be like, maybe you're not answering me, rather than be like, I don't know, like rather than be like, oh, why is this person? Just be like, hey, like, I can't think about an example right now, but just in general.
No, me neither. I'm like.
Yeah, but just in general, like, I know what I mean, I guess, just as far as, just ask people directly,
You have one?
I would, if I needed, or if I wanted to work on self-awareness, it's basically just sit by yourself, and just jot down, stuff that makes you upset, and then like you put a branch under, and it's like, why does that make you upset?
Oh yeah.
And then branch out again if it's multiple reasons why this makes you upset, and then you can branch off. The next thing you know, you have this huge trickle on just one thing that makes you upset.
You just took inventory of yourself, like I was saying earlier.
Down, definitely, sit down by yourself and definitely take that inventory on you, and not just be like, ooh, this makes me mad. Ooh, this makes me mad.
Girl,
I hate
why?
when people do this.
Why?
Yeah, well, why?
Yeah.
Why? Get into the thick of it. Get to that root.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I would definitely say that.
Okay. How can you practice empathy in your daily interactions? That's another one. That's a good one too. I think you're very empathetic as well, because I be saying stuff sometimes and you'll be like, like you said earlier, I'll be like, well, I guess it wasn't that bad because somebody else did blah, 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 blah. And she'd be like, well, that doesn't still invalidate how you feel. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Even then, I like to speak with analogies a lot, but it's like, if you lost an arm during war, right? And then right now we're cooking and I cut a whole finger, that hurts. I just chopped the whole finger. So it's not that, like, you don't have the right to tell me, me, why are you even crying? Like, look at me, I lost the whole arm. You lost just a finger. Okay, I'm sorry you lost the whole arm, but like, one finger still hurts. So it's like, my pain is valid.
And it's really crazy because yes, and it was, what show was it? Snowfall. Hey,
I have still never seen it.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you better ask somebody. So I'll just basically put this scene with that analogy. So it's like, oh, somebody got shot. Oh, I got shot in the stomach. I got this huge hole, but yet he's still alive. This person in Snowfall got shot in the leg, hit a vein, and it bled him out. Got shot in the leg.
Jesus.
Shot in the leg with a little 22.
Yeah.
Was it 22? It was probably a 9. But got shot in the leg. He's like, oh, it's just a leg. And it's like, this person got shot in their stomach, like a huge hole, shotgun, boom, stomach, still alive. But this person got shot in the leg with a 9mm. And
smaller.
Smaller. Less of an impact. Yeah. But it doesn't really matter how big or how small. Because the biggest thing, like the biggest downfall in your life can make you so much stronger. But then also the littlest thing could just take you out completely.
That's true.
So it's never John just be like, oh well it's like I lost a whole arm, yeah, but this finger that I just lost, it hit an artery, and guess what? That artery done bled out, and now I'm gone just from chopping off a finger.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
That's true. I need to start looking at things
when
like that.
is disobedient? She said, my mama told me to watch cell phone. I never watched it. You are disobedient.
I know they sure
And
tell me to watch
also,
it.
just because I do think that empathy, it's like my main thing. It's a double-edged sword, but it's like a good way to practice it is before you speak, before you do something, is genuinely thinking, how would I feel if this person would say this to me?
Yep.
How would I feel if this person would do this to me? Because like genuinely, even when it comes, like even if, you know, like in a situation where maybe I don't want to talk to someone anymore, I don't like ghosting people. I don't like being rude because I'm like, yo, if somebody would just ghost me out of nowhere without explanation, it's like, you know, like, just talk to me. Just tell me, hey, you know, I have more of a friendly vibe. You know what I mean? Or, you know, even if it's just like me getting frustrated with you because maybe, you know, we're together, we're friends, and like, you know, like you're just like, I don't know, overwhelmed. Like, it's like, I don't want to just snap at you and be rude, you know, like, no, because like, that would make me feel bad, you know, because maybe you were just excited to share your day with me, and I'm just, you know, overwhelmed by my day, so I don't want to snap on you, but I can just be like, hey, you know, like, I do understand that you're very excited about sharing what you want to share, but it's been a very overwhelming day for me, and like, I'm just not emotionally available to listen. So it's like, before you speak, before you act, genuinely think about how those things will make you feel, because you never know what somebody is going through. So, so that's my biggest advice for empathy.
The last question would be, basically you guys just share your responses to those questions in the comments. And then that is pretty much all.
I do have one question to add.
Okay.
I do have one question to add. My question would be, how would you use your emotional intelligence to overcome an argument? Because like you could be self-aware. You'd be like, okay, I see why this happened. And it's that thing that triggers everybody. When you like, you know what, you're having a bad day, I'm gonna let you have it. And they say that thing that triggers you is like, oh, I know I got it.
Well, here we go. Yeah.
Now here we go. It's like how would you use your emotional intelligence to overcome that trigger?
I feel like
that's what it is.
Are we answering?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you got it. Go.
I think that for me, it's really like, I think that when a discussion comes, it's because you're not understanding each other, right? So I always just try to put it out in the moment. Like when I see that things are getting heated, it's like, okay, pause. Like, listen, like I'm genuinely trying. So just calm down. I am in the mindset of trying to understand how you're feeling, but I also need you to be in the same mindset.
Right.
So let's
we
take
need to
a
get
deep
on the
breath.
same page.
Like let's tone it down for a minute. Because I can definitely raise my voice too at times. So it's like, okay, no, hold on, pause. Like, let's tone it down. Like, we're not here to argue. We are here to come to a common understanding, and it's okay to agree to disagree.
And a solution.
And I feel like that just kind of like resets it, right? If it's building up, it's like, okay, hold on. Let's go back here. You know, and then it's like, okay.
Okay. So using your emotional intelligence to de-escalate.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
it's because I know that I'm a Taurus.
It's like, yeah, I know I got it.
I'm a Taurus. I know that if I get there,
oh baby,
it gets ugly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get there. I really dislike getting there. Because I don't like acting out of character, and because I don't like, it's just not healthy. And so it's like, okay, like I don't want to get there, so it's like let's just reset it real quick, and like I'm gonna stop myself before I get there.
Me? I think that was something that I would definitely have to work on. Cause yes, that's a very good thing to actually try to de-escalate. But it's like when it's like I'm already trying to de-escalate the situation, and then you escalate it back.
I remove myself.
At that point,
I remove myself from the situation.
Me too.
I'm like, okay, we cannot talk right now. Like,
let's talk later. Let's try this again later.
And mind you, the other person is probably, because some people want to talk about it in the moment. And if you get mad, then you get mad. But for my own sake, I need to remove myself, because I know that then I'm going to snap. And
Baby, I'm about to turn up.
I understand you want to talk about it right now. I try to talk about it. I try to de-escalate it. We cannot do it, so we'll just talk about it later.
Yeah. And I think I've been one, I've been the person before that does escalate. Like, I'll be like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. I've been that girl plenty of times, you know? And like with age and maturity, of course, it comes to a point where you're just like, okay, if we're not here to be solution oriented, there's nothing for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? This probably isn't the right time to talk. But I would say that's kind of what I use my emotional intelligence for now. I'm like, if we're just gonna do this whole back and forth thing and keep talking in circles, let's not even talk right now, you know? I try to make sure that we're both in a space and both have the capacity to actually have an adult conversation and come to a solution. Cause I have been the one that was like, no, you better listen to me right now and you better blah, 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 blah. Like, ain't no man hearing that.
And
ain't
like,
nobody hearing that, really.
And like, I would say that yes, some people want to definitely get it out now, get it out now, and then like when someone is like, you know what, I'm not finna do all this back and forth with you, and it's like it feels like man, I ain't trying to hear what you say.
Yeah,
and that's where that person, you know, would bring it back and escalate it more, because like.
Yep.
It's like I ain't gonna use that type of language on YouTube, but it's like nah, you like forget you, and it's like what? Yeah, but me, yeah, but that's I could definitely see it from that person's point of view and stuff like that. So that's why some people would definitely want to talk about it in that moment, and it's a lot to unpack, really. Especially with emotional intelligence and trying to de-escalate, and then someone escalates and then you're trying to de-escalate it and they keep escalating, and then like you said, you just remove yourself from the whole problem.
And that is why though it's important to be with someone that doesn't have to be at your same level in the journey, but it has to be on the same path. They might be, maybe not where you are right now, but it's because if you're not with someone that values emotional intelligence, then most likely they're just probably not even going to care about trying to listen to you or trying to, it's just like at that point it's like they're just trying to be right. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and I can't let people be right anymore. I can't let people be right because
if it makes you sleep better, no, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And then like when I tried to remove, and then they escalated more, and it was like, all right, you right. Yeah, I know I'm right. You're not.
No, you're not. I'm just saying that.
You're not.
Right. Did you not hear the sarcasm?
Yeah, I'm like, it's like I know sarcastically you're now trying to bait me in more. It's talking about, yeah, I know I'm right.
Yeah, you wanted this. This is what you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to be sarcastic? I can be sarcastic too.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, we're all growing, Yeah,
and yeah, like I've only been emotionally intelligent for 6 years. So of course, that's still gonna come with more growing. So basically, I'm 6 years old. I'm the same age. I'm the same age as my son, and we're still trying to figure this thing called life out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's beautiful because as you grow, you can teach it to him.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I think this was a great conversation.
That's breaking generational trauma.
At the same time.
Man.
Yeah. This was a great conversation, though. I mean, definitely. We might have to have you back for a part 2 or something.
This is definitely this is a safe space. So I'm like when y'all asked us like, hey, we need a few guys to talk about emotional intelligence, and then when you sent me the questions, I said, oh, I like this.
Yeah, we getting into it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we definitely getting into the thick of it, and then of course, like I said, for my guys out there. I like when we break those stereotypes.
Yeah.
I do. Now I ain't gonna lie. I love some of my stereotypes. Yes, I can get down on the dance floor. Yes, I'm naturally athletic, and oh my God, I love fried chicken. But it's basically our bad stereotypes that I don't like.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I truly believe that every person that is born. Everyone is born great. It's just basically what everyone goes through.
You do with that greatness.
Is how it's like, okay, you were born great. now you're a great person, or you were born great, now you are a horrible person. It
Right.
just depends on your path and what you actually go through.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah.
You guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Mike, let the people know your Instagram one more time.
My Instagram is Mike the Wazowski with 2 eyes.
Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all follow him. Follow all his content, his journey, right? He's a dancer too. So males, if y'all ever need any advice on how to get into the industry or start dancing, because I know sometimes men can think that dancing is not masculine, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
But
Very masculine.
no, for real, okay?
Man, hey.
And especially when we do the partner dancing.
Now, you see this brother?
Man, because I
can't.
remember back when I used to stay in California when I got I didn't get signed that year. I went to audition for Block LA.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
When I
nice.
auditioned for Block LA, the girl that I was with at the time, she went with me. We didn't know if she could come in or not, so she was outside pacing back and forth. She was like, "I hope you get it. I hope you get it. I hope you get it." But she had a high school friend that was out there auditioning, the same. And she's like,
Oh, wow.
"What you doing out here? You auditioning too?" She was like, "No, my boyfriend is." And she was like, "You got a man that dances that's straight?"
Because that's a thing, they think, there are a lot of men that dance that aren't straight,
Mm-hmm.
So, but don't get it misconstrued, because there's a lot of straight men that dance, okay?
It's a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
Hey, you dance with beautiful women.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need more of y'all.
We do.
We need more of
You
them.
dance with beautiful women all the time.
Yeah, so don't shy away from it. So if you ever...
especially if you're young and that's all you think about is these girls.
I
Hey,
feel like, well, that's a different. I was gonna say, I feel like also that, I don't know, like men are just more shy about getting into something.
That's true.
definitely.
Besides,
about-
the sports.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Besides
football,
sports, because I feel like
football.
sports, they just know that they can exceed, especially if they're already naturally athletic.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's harder maybe for men, or it seems like it's harder for men
To get
just
men
kinda
to dance.
put themselves into discussion, you know what I mean? Be like, you know what, let me just, I have no moves, but let me just try to see, how dancing
Tell you,
goes.
hey, I do beginner classes, I do intermediate classes,
Period.
I do advanced classes. You'll take my content. My content is mostly gonna have my kids. I told you, I love my babies. Those are my world. but after that, you will definitely see me bust a move or two.
Yeah.
I've had some free classes. I've been sitting on some choreo that I'm gonna break out. I also have a set for the ladies out there, so definitely that'll be coming soon. But yeah, so
Stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned.
Honestly. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you again, Mike, for joining us as
Thank y'all
well.
for having
And
me.
we will probably have him back soon, so stay tuned for that. Let's see y'all next week.